Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's WWE This Week. If you haven't watched SmackDown, for this first article, if you haven't watched this week's SmackDown, do not skip ahead a little bit. But basically, it's quite a big story that happened on this week's SmackDown. One of my friends who works for Fighting Spirit magazine, out on a tour, touring WWE shows and that. Got to see Hell in a Cell, lucky sod. Basically recorded this and sent me because he knows I'm a massive Team Bad fan and I should see what happened. Basically, all I know what happened is after the Paige Natalia match. I don't know who won that match. I haven't looked through the dirt sheets to find out who won. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, it came out and Sasha hit a pipe bomb. And then went to ring, blah blah, a bit more words. Then Tamina hit the Samoa drop, Naomi hit her move, Sasha hit her bank statement, and left Natalia out cold in the ring. Basically, Tuesday nights when big news, Thursday night when Thursday night, not Tuesday night, Thursday night when Naomi, Sasha, and Tamina. This would be the first time they would have seen it. They would have done it Tuesday on the recording, but this is the first time we would have seen it. Like the whole of America saw it when it went out live on Sci-Fi last night. Basically, they got a phone call from the head of Diva Talent, getting off the phone with a very furious Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie heard something big happen, and basically they were told, if you want to hit promos like that, you need to come and see me backstage or on the backstage stuff. Don't go out there and hit an unexpected promo and attack a superstar without permission from the back. And I'm like, what the fuck? So because of that, they have been given a fine. They have to pay this fine by Monday, or they will not be able to compete Monday or Tuesday. And then it might, as well as it might affect them being on the European tour. What? WWE? They're basically trying to capitalise on what Paige done on Raw. I'm sorry, fans, but WWE do my head in, finding them and all that for something they thought we can do a better job than what Paige done on Raw. And oh my god, it looks like they did. So basically, because it was unscripted and it wasn't supposed to happen on SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Tamina and Naomi have been fined for attacking Naomi and hitting a pipe, attacking Natalia, and Sasha hitting that pipe bomb. Very annoyed. Other things that did, other big thing that you may have heard that did happen on Tuesday recordings. I'm going to see Main Event in a minute because I've just downloaded it. But basically on Main Event recording for recording bit for Main Event during Tuesday SmackDown tapings. Basically, Rusev got injured in a match during Neville against Neville. I do know Rusev went a bit mad, didn't want any medical attention on that, but he sent out a tweet, I think today, saying he's going to be off for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So that means Rusev will not be part of the European tour, and he is off for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So he can spend time with his girlfriend Lana. Oh, but yeah, onto that. Other news. Vince McMahon was furious backstage while watching the Main Event. He did not like that there was blood or Brock Lesnar hit a personal medical staff. Basically, Vince thought there would be no blood, blah, blah, blah. This will be a normal bog standard Hell in a Cell. One thing, Vince McMahon. The match is called Hell in a Cell. There's going to be blood. There's going to be... You can't make Hell in a Cell PG. I'm sorry. You can't make it Hell in a Cell PG. If Brock wants to hit Undertaker hard, he can. Now, we do know they didn't. They frisked Undertaker after finding him in the boiler room. Yes, Wyatt family, after attacking him, Undertaker dumped him in the boiler room. There's a bit more to that in a minute. But they frisked Undertaker and frisked Brock Lesnar for basically glass or sharps. Basically, superstars used to bring small shards of glass or sharp objects to make the opponents bleed. It's been banned for a bit in WWE, and Vince really thought a sharp was used during the match. Oh my god, Vince. It's a forbidden Hell in a Cell. Blood was natural. Anyway, as I did point out on my Hell in a Cell reaction video, I told you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, what the Wyatt family done with Undertaker after, for no reason. And I did tell you, Triple H was furious that Vince did not tell him about this angle that Wyatt family would come out after an amazing Hell in a Cell and duck the Undertaker. And as I said, they did find the Undertaker 2 hours later in the Staples Center. Well, an hour later in the Staples Center, trying to look for him all around, and they found him in a boiler room. The same thing looks like happened to Kane Monday. As you know, Kane got took out Monday trying to get back on, get revenge for his brother. He was found as well Monday in a boiler room. I don't know if, one thing I do have to say, Triple H wants the Wyatt family to get fined and sued all that, but the boards are saying, Vince passed this for us, this wasn't going to happen. We didn't expect the to be left in the boiler room, but we can't do anything about it. It's happened. Live with it, Triple H. And I can agree with Triple H. There was no need for that. Really, there was no need for that attack. Just no need. Other big thing, if you were on Twitter this week, you may have saw Becky and Bayley and Sasha talking about the return, the third match in their epic rivalry, and they want a third match, NXT TakeOver London. Well, one thing is, quite a lot of people, half of the NXT Divas division do not want Sasha Banks to have another shot at that NXT Women's title. They say if this match happens, they will walk out. The funny thing is, there's 2 NXT Divas that have said they are not going to walk out. That is Asuka and Nia Jax. Isn't it funny that it's the 2 new Divas that don't care? They think the rest of the Divas division are being babies. I do too. And you know, 2 of the women that probably started this conversation about let's protest. Let's have a big protest and walk out if Sasha gets another shot. It would have to be Miss Bliss and Eva Marie, as they are the next 2 people to face Bayley. But as I did say, it looks like Sasha and Bayley will be competing in the NXT Live event in January. Plus, you don't know, they may be appearing at the big NXT TakeOver Homecoming event that will be happening next year, and it is happening. It is happening a night where past NXT stars return to NXT. We don't know if it's going to be a takeover event or a 3-hour special. I think it'll be a 3-hour special. It should be good next year as NXT celebrates 5 years. I can't believe NXT's been going for 5 years. Try and get some breath. After finding that out, I was just so annoyed with Stephanie and the head of the division going mad on Sasha Banks and the rest of Team Bad for cutting a promo that wasn't planned, and that they could miss European tour. There's no need for that. Back on track to news. As I did break to people, John Cena is taking this month off. His last appearance was at Hell in a Cell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? It is in Bree's last week in WWE as well. Her last TV appearance was on Main Event, and we will not be seeing Nikki, for the time as well. It looks like Nikki and Cena both will be taking time off to film this reality show and all that. And as I said, it was Nikki's idea, and she arranged for the time off. Plus, Nikki did send out a tweet saying, "I'm going to take some time to rest on that. Now I'm going to come back for that Divas title." One thing, though, I do have to say again about this thing about, and another kind of big thing going into Sasha Banks, it's looking like WWE are going to hit a big, let's say, a big push is coming, the UK edition of Raw. So if this flipping suspension, if they get suspended because they don't pay this fine, I think they will pay this fine for doing well. You're not going to get this big push, but WWE are on about a big push for Sasha Banks in Manchester when Raw hits Manchester on the 10th of November. So that's going to be a good episode if she's going to get pushed. But I think Sasha's already had a big push with that unscripted attack on Natty. Basically showing that she should be on top of the Divas division, should be number one contender, but Paige done a quite a brutal attack. So I can see, ladies and gentlemen, a triple threat at Survivor Series. Paige, Sasha, and Charlotte, that NXT Divas title. Kind of two big things as well, quickly about returns. Mickie James said in the interview this week she is glad that she's now a part-time trainer on NXT, as I did tell you guys in a previous episode. Yes, she's a part-time trainer now. But enough of that. It looks like she sent a tweet saying if she does return in a return match, blah blah blah, she would like to face Sasha Banks, and I mean that'd be awesome. Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and she says if her return contract gets set up by January, she'd like to do it at WrestleMania 32. Even more epic. Other thing as well, Rey Mysterio's been over in the UK doing some promotional live chat sit downs and stuff like that, and he did say if the contract does come, if he did leave WWE in good terms, and if WWE wants him back, he is happy to return. Now that is really good, ladies and gentlemen. It'd be nice to see Rey return. And quickly, big WrestleMania 32 news. I have to save this to the end. Jeff Hardy Wednesday was seen at the WWE headquarters. We think he was signing a contract. We know Matt is probably waiting to get all that. But basically, if you didn't know, the Hardy's contract with TNA is up in January. We don't know if they're going to re-sign. Rumors are they will re-sign. But the thing is, WWE are about pushing and said it's going to happen. Still skeptical if it is, but it looks like big match for WrestleMania 32 will be Hardys versus Dudleys. Oh my god, that's going to be epic, epic, epic. The Hardys, Dudleys, one more time, WrestleMania 32. I hope you're hyped as I am. I'd love to know your feedback on Stephanie and the head of Divas divisions thing on finding Team Bad for what they've done on SmackDown. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Anyway, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And remember to follow me on Twitter, be my friend on Facebook, as well as I'm on Instagram. That's Tom Beaumont on all those. Plus, if you've got any tweets, please remember to send me a tweet on hashtag. Send me a tweet at Tom Beaumont7. So that's at Tom Beaumont7 if you've got any queries or you've got any suggestions of new shows I can put on my channel. Okay, thanks for watching. That has been your WWE news for this week. I will hit again tomorrow with a special video, and I bet a lot of you can guess what it is. Basically, something to do with something big that has come out in UK today, and it hits US this week as well, and it was a sponsor for a pay-per-view. Guess what it is? Find out tomorrow. Bye.